Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You hope we get a risk all summer. It's possible. I still think she should have came out probably last year, but you know, out of the 3 SSRs that they came out with, they said fuck her, I guess. But who knows? Maybe this year they might do it. But they gave her a costume, so I don't know. Maybe. Let me know if the audio sounds okay, guys. By the way, and there is a stream going on in FGO Fes as we speak. But I just want you guys to know, if you didn't realize yet, today's stream isn't gonna have all the anniversary stuff. Everything today is just gonna be like fluff, just the voice actors and actresses talking, them revealing some stuff about Samurai Remnant, which they already did, and I think they're gonna tease the summer event, or not. Well, I guess yeah, the summer event and the summer servants, but otherwise we're not gonna see who the anniversary servant is, which everyone is pretty much convinced it's probably Olga. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, so I'm just gonna chill, wait for people to come in. We could talk about the news so far and whatnot. Yeah, it has to be Olga, right, Brandon? Yeah, I saw the life-size figure or statue, I guess you could call it, over there. Just crazy. Like, FGO Fest looks insane this year. It always looks insane, but this year they definitely, I feel like they upped the ante a lot. 1000%. So it's pretty exciting. What's up, Brandon? How's the wife? How's the kids? You're there as we speak, right? Or are you going tomorrow? I actually don't remember. I'm actually gonna adjust my camera a little bit, so if I become dark all of a sudden, it's on purpose. There you go. I should be looking a little bit better. Kamazats would be cool. I'm playing this theme right now, if you guys couldn't tell. They released the rest of the OSC. I don't know whose theme I prefer now. If it's Oberon's theme or Kamazat's. Kamazat's theme is really good too. But Oberon's just fucking, it's epic as fuck, so it's hard for me to choose. And I guess for this year's Summer Servants, god damn. See, I say Arishgal Summer every year and then it just never happens, so I'm just gonna shut up. I think Medea would be nice. I would say Medusa, but Medusa just got a new form, so probably not her. For like males, I would like it to be Oberon. That would be cool. Maybe like the Fae servants, the fairies, the Tamlin. That would be cool too. Oh, like Morgan. I mean, Morgan's insanely popular. They'd be stupid never to do it. So we'll see. Thanks for the support on FGO from LB1. I made it to LB3. Lostbelt 4 right now. Your Morgan Avenger Ushi carried me. Oh, okay, nice, bro. Nice. Glad I could help, dog. When's the announcement for anniversary? Or it's tomorrow. It's like probably like 26 hours from now. So whatever time zone you could apply it to, just 26 hours from now, and then that's when they're gonna start talking about like the actual in-game news. For now, if you guys want to look, they're doing like a talk show right now with the voice actresses. I can't show or, you know, too much, just because copyright's gonna bite my ass. So I'm gonna have it in the mini screen as for right now. And yeah, tomorrow I was supposed to go today, but I had to work on stuff. My wife is there, they're grabbing merch. Oh, nice. Wife being MVP right now. Shout out to the wife. That's cool though. That's cool. Well, hope you have fun tomorrow, and stay hydrated, because I know it's really hot over there. It's also really hot over here, but I actually don't know where it's hotter right now. But California is pretty bad. Started cooling down starting yesterday, but it's still pretty bad for the most part during the day. But yeah. How about you guys? You guys are hoping for summer this year? Because I think anniversary is pretty much a sealed deal. It's most likely Olga. I will be very surprised if it's not. A couple of months ago, I would have said nah, but it's probably not Olga. But with the amount of teasing they're doing, it's probably Olga. It's probably Olga. For summer sermons, I have no clue what they could do for this year. They could always surprise us with something crazy, because last year was Proto Merlin, and nobody saw that coming unless you're like from the future or a psychic or you made a deal with the devil. Otherwise, I don't think anyone saw that shit coming. But yeah, I actually don't have any hopes. Like, I would like to see like a Shuten summer, for example, right? But I don't think that's happening, just because last year we got a Buki. Yeah, otherwise there's like not really anyone I could think of that, like, obviously I would want a Tiamat summer eventually, but she literally just came out, so I would have to wait at least a year. Summer Kide would be sick, but again, he just came out as well. That's why I think Summer Oberon would be cool, like a costume for him. That'd be pretty sick, nasty flex. It's always raining here in Philippines because of typhoon. Oh, really? Well, stay safe, dog. Stay safe. Because I know, living there for a couple years, I know the storms could get pretty bad over there. It could get pretty bad. You know, Southeast Asia in general, just the storms we get over there is pretty bad. And it has to be Olga. It would be a complete... Yeah, I know. Well... Maybe they're doing that on purpose. Who knows? Maybe they're being smart with it. I'm hoping a Summer Morgan at least. Too soon for Tiamat. Yeah, it's too soon for Tiamat, but you never know with Lazango. You know, they do things differently around here. You know, we got 3 SSR Summers last year. They could surprise us this year with some bullshit. Hope for a cool Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. That I feel like that's inevitable. That they're just slow with it. Boudica Avenger. People have been asking for Boudica Avenger for years, but I feel like she's one of those characters that unfortunately the writers forgot about, because I know there's a lot of story to dive into with her backstory and like her being an Avenger rather than a writer, but she hasn't been relevant in a long time, so hopefully that changes at some point, but who knows. Prototype Heracles, that's the first. I know he exists, but usually when people talk about another version of Heracles, it's usually the Strange Fake variant. But Prototype Heracles, I guess, would be cool. I just don't think he's as desired as a Strange Fake, you know? Ooh, Jack from Strange Fake. Yeah, that'd be sick. But probably not for Anniversary. I think they'd save all the Strange Fake characters for an actual collaboration. Like a couple weeks ago, I was like thinking about maybe Richard for Anniversary, but again, with all the teasing they're doing with Olga, it's probably Olga. Have you ever thought about going to FGO Fes in Japan? That's definitely in my bucket list. Like, there's no zombies walking around, so this ain't no Zom 100, but that's definitely in my bucket list of things to do before I die. Because FGO Fest always looks so lit. Like FGO USA Tour and like Anime Expo, for example, they're cool. They're really fun. But like FGO Fest is just like, you know, it's on a whole nother level, you know what I mean? I mean, I think it's probably on par with USA Tour, but we haven't had USA Tour in a while. Because, you know, pandemic and whatnot. But yeah, we go every year. Probably bigger than AX. Well, I don't know if it's bigger than AX, but as for like FGO stuff, like just Fate stuff in general, yeah, no, it's definitely bigger and a lot more focus on Fate and Type Moon, I guess. I really want animation updates for like every year once. Yeah, oh man, we need animation updates for sure. Like as far as like just the side stuff, not necessarily the anniversary servant, animation updates for a fuck ton of servants, strengthening quests. We haven't had like rank up quests, like a lot of them in a while. I feel like the last buff we got was what, Summer Skasaha probably, which was like for the campaign of like them releasing the free servants in the shop, but that's about it. We haven't had like a full package of strengthenings in a big while. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll be honest, Brandon, I mainly go to Anime Expo for like Fate. Everything else is like kind of like a side thing, so I feel like I would enjoy FGO Fest a little bit more. But you know, either way. Imagine AX but without any Fate or Type Moon things. Can't imagine it. Yeah, I know, because Fate always has, at least the years I went, it's always had like a presence. Peak presence was probably like 2017, maybe 16. 16 had a pretty powerful presence there. 2016, 17, and maybe 18. And over the years, it's died down a little bit because, you know, just like with everything in life, just the hype dies down. But it's still pretty hype. There's still a lot of players, of course. Like, it's not like it's dead or anything. I know some people like to doom post online like, oh, FGO's dying. It's like, it's not dying. It's not. I mean, we get dead weeks in JP and whatnot, but like the game itself is definitely not dying, especially with FGO Fest and like all the props they have and like figures and like everything in there. Like, they're definitely not starving of money for sure. They're doing completely fine. But I mean, we'll see. How about like the whole NA and JP thing? Because NA is like the Aniplex team, the NA Aniplex team is over there at FGO Fest, and they're gonna do their own stream. If you guys weren't aware, and people are thinking like they might either merge NA and JP or have NA speed up to JP. I'll be honest, if it's the latter, if NA tries to speed up to catch up with JP, I'm not gonna say I would quit the game, but I would definitely think about it, because I know that sounds cool, like, oh, NA could catch up to JP and then we'll be caught up with the story, we won't get spoiled, everyone's gonna be in the same, you know, playing field. But you guys don't understand how chaotic it will be if they try to speed up NA and catch up to JP. Like, it would be fucking chaos. Yeah, it would suck ass. As far as like a merge though, I feel like a merge would be a bit cooler, but at the same time, I play both NA and JP, and it's at that point, it's like, okay, if they merge, which one do I drop? Which one do I keep? I would probably keep the JP one, but I don't know. Oh, about that. I don't know about that. My personal theory is that they're adding a proper account binding system. That would be sick. That would be sick, because the whole like just ID and like password thing, it's so archaic. It's so easy to like lose your account if you don't have the code written down somewhere, and God forbid you lose the code, or you lose the screenshot or something, then you're just fucked. You're just absolutely fucked. So I'd quit NA. JP, I'll never quit. Yeah, you know, I've been playing the JP game since 2015, since the first year. So for me to quit that would be like, would be stupid as fuck, unless I just sell it for a lot of money. But I don't know who would buy my account. I don't know how much my account would be worth, like objectively speaking. Like, I could probably go back and see how much I personally spent in the game, but as far as how much the account is worth, just by looking at the servants, the craft essences and whatnot, my account should be a pretty, you know, should be a pretty dollar. But I don't know if anyone's willing to spend a pretty penny on my account. I do the same thing, Hunter. I change my code like every other month, and then screenshot it, save it somewhere. It's just scary. It's just scary. Like, so if we could have like a good way to bind our accounts, like through email preferably, because I think email would be the easiest way to just do it. And I think literally every other modern gacha game does that. So some kind of email, or like just like even just a username, password, whatever. That's it. Like, that would be easy sauce. How many chicken nuggets for it? For my account, depends on the chicken nuggets. Are we talking about Dino nuggets? Are we talking about McDonald's nuggets? I mean, you know, not every nugget is made equal, you know what I mean? So depends on the nugget. But I would say probably like maybe on average 10,000 nuggets. It's probably gonna last me my whole life. At least I feel. Well, you know, they get expired, so like probably not, unless you give me new sets of like 100 every month or something. Then I guess that works out, but I don't know. I have my code in my phone's notes, so it's in my screenshots. It's in my notes, I'm pretty sure. I think it's in my Google Drive. Like, I make sure it's like in multiple different places, just so if I lose one facet, I have the other ones. So yeah, I don't know, Brandon. If I'm like really desperate, Brandon, like I'll probably sell my account, but like I'm not super desperate right now, or at all. I save my code on my PC, phone notes, and yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, like Dino Nuggets, like pretty much a lifetime supply of Dino Nuggets. I mean, I don't have to worry about starving, but at the same time, that's not the best nutritional value type food. So maybe that's not the best idea. Is today the anniversary stream, or is that another day? That is tomorrow. So FGO Fes is a 2-day event usually, and they usually save the in-game news for the following day, aka tomorrow. They will talk about the game a little bit later, but not the anniversary central stuff. It sounds like they're gonna be talking about like the summer servants, kind of like what they did last year. They already talked about a couple of stuff, like stuff about Samurai Remnant. Right now they have the voice actors and actresses outside, just like, you know, shooting the shit. As far as like just Grand Order related stuff, like in-game stuff, they are gonna talk about, to my understanding, they're gonna talk about the summer event. I started playing week 1. There's no way I could get rid of my JP account. I probably started like month 1. I don't know what week though, because I know my brother started playing first. He's a day oneer. So is my cousin. I don't think my cousin plays anymore at this point. And I remember they were just playing, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys playing? And we were like, oh, we're playing this game called Fate Grand Order. And I was like, oh, it's based on the Fate series, okay. Because at that point I was invested into Fate. Like I watched Zero, on a little bit of Blade Works, you know, just the usual shit. But I never thought about giving Grand Order a try until like a couple weeks after they started playing. And I was like, you know, I'll give it a try. And the rest is history, as you could see. The rest is history. What if it's Aoko, Annie's servant? You know, I posted a poll last week. Or was it 2 weeks ago at now? I think it was 2 weeks. It might have been last week. It's either last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. And, you know, everyone's sleeping on Aoko, bro. I'm just like, yo, Aoko could come out. They released Arcwid last year. It doesn't have to be a Fate Grand Order servant or a Fate Grand Order character. They could release some other Nasuverse characters, aka Aoko. Why not? I would be personally hyped as someone who's played Mihoyo, read the story, and I actually do like the characters there. I'm more of an Alice person myself, but you know, Aoko is cool too. Especially since the Mihoyo movie should be coming out. They haven't talked about it at all, but it should be coming out within the year. But again, they haven't talked about it, so I don't know if it's delayed or anything. What were your thoughts on Mihoyo? I liked it. What I'm thinking about, like anything negative I could say. I mean, I'm not that experienced with visual novels, so I think you guys probably already know that. So I expected it to have like routes and like our choices to matter, but there was really no choices. So it was like literally just like a straight forward story, which I didn't mind because I did like the story, but you know, going into it, I thought they would have different routes. Again, I went in blind. I have no experience with visual novels, so I guess there are VNs that don't really do that type of shit. But otherwise, the story was good. Characters were good for the most part. I feel like the side characters, like Sojiro's friends, for example, they really did not matter. But I guess they're just used for like characterization for the other characters. Otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty good story. Pretty good. Pretty sick nasty. Pretty sick nasty. Oh, Beowulf was a menace. I almost forgot about him. Yeah, he was a menace. I gotta spoil what happens to him, but he got Beybladed, bro. That shit was lit. Well, yeah. Yeah. You can't type right now. Yeah, you're a bit too excited, huh? By the way, if you guys are wondering which CEs I picked, I mean, I think it should be pretty obvious if you guys know me at this point. I had to pick my girl Tiamat, my mother. Let me rephrase. Mama Tiamat. She looks really nice, by the way. Really wholesome. She went from one of the original antagonists to just wholesome as fuck mother, man. Which I guess you could probably say the same thing about every other antagonist that later becomes a playable servant. Probably every antagonist except for like Domon. Domon's like probably not wholesome still. Who knows? And then of course I picked Ibuki. I was between Ibuki, Yang, Kama. I think mainly those three. But I ultimately picked Ibuki just because Yang, I got her anniversary craft essence a couple years ago. And while I do like Kama, Ibuki has not had a previous anniversary craft essence, so I was like, I'm gonna take Ibuki. Oh yeah, Brandon, of course, Draco and Tiamat for you. That makes sense. 100%. Alice would be a caster in FGO. Yeah, most likely. I mean, she's literally a witch, you know? She's literally a witch. Got her and Proto Merlin because of beer. Oh yeah, Proto Merlin was definitely a sweat too. Either way, I'm pulling for Annie. Can we also talk about how hard it is to choose the two? Yeah, no, the two C's are... Like, the rest of the choices, can I still look at them even though I picked? No, I can't. But choices were really hard this year. They usually make it pretty difficult, not gonna lie. But the fact you could only choose two really... Like, that's fucked. Can I look at the choices right now? Okay. Yeah, so the Sei one was tempting. Sei's very tempting. Proto Merlin, of course. It's not even the full list. But yeah, no, a lot of great servants here for sure. Yeah, they know what they're doing. By the way, I was able to get 7 mil on the damage trial. I'll do it again just to show you guys my team. I don't think I'll get to 7.2 mil again. If I'm lucky, I might get to 7.5. But this is the damage trial. You don't really get anything out of winning, but this is the team I brought. Of course, I had to bring my boy Gil, and I did try this with Morgan as well, because you do fight the Tamlin, so I thought she does extra damage against them, which I think she technically does, but she didn't do nearly as much damage as my 120 Gil. I think she did like 3.2 million. My Gil over here though did dummy damage. So let's see if I could reenact what I did earlier. It kind of relies a bit on RNG, not gonna lie, but we'll see. I hate that they always make Abby and Hokusai CE good every year. I mean, Hokusai doesn't have one this year. Yang does though, but Abby I feel like gets one every other year. Like this is like her 4th one or something. Like she gets it pretty often. Shout out to the homegirl though. So how did I do this again? Okay. I'm just gonna play this on the side while talking about the shit. I can't see Benny Anma without crying since that one. Wait, what? Well, what doujin? What comic? What comic dropped about her? I'm kind of scared now. But again, guys, just to reiterate, today is not the anniversary news. That's gonna be tomorrow. Today is just pretty much a chill day, and maybe a tease for the upcoming summer servants and summer event. Otherwise, we are straight. Well, I don't know if you guys saw the Fate Samurai Remnant news, or if you guys care, but they revealed 2 new characters for the game, 2 rogue servants, because they pretty much revealed all the main servants for the story, but I guess there's rogue servants as well, which I guess it's to be expected at this point. Most Holy Grail War stories nowadays, most fates have like rogue servants. But the 2 they revealed earlier was Ku, which is nice to see Ku get more representation, I guess. I mean, he's a veteran character, why not? Is he the only Stay Night character that's in Samurai Remnant? I feel like he is. And then like a Lolly Tamamo, which is interesting. I don't know if it's a Tamamo Lily or another version of her or something. It's interesting to see another Tamamo just running amok, I guess. So I'm really excited for that game, just because, you know, Ku's a fan favorite, so I'm excited to see what he's all about in the story. Can't wait to go back to for Yuki and FGO. I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. When? I have no idea. Okay, so I think what I did last time is I did this. So this is a damage trial. You guys are unaware. You basically you have to try to get the highest damage possible with this last set of enemies, and it has to be the killing blow. That's what's gonna count for the overall damage, just that one turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I think we're good here. I'm just gonna miss Crane this turn, and then we should be good for next turn, I feel like. I think the new Tamamo is part of the Tamamo 9. Yeah, she wears like a yellow outfit as opposed to the usual blue, so I'm pretty sure one of the Tamamo 9 has a yellow outfit, but she's not a Lolly though, so that's what's interesting. Unless she ascends within the story or something. Okay, so then we do that. I hope I'm doing this right. Let me think about this, because we need Merlin to stay out here, because I gave him his Bondcraft essence, which overall increases, it doesn't even show it, which overall increases everyone's buster performance. So yeah, there it is. So now we, okay, if I'm doing this right, all right, this one I think, because we have to use Merlin skills right now, because once we switch out Koinskaya, Merlin skills might be negated by Oberon, so we gotta be somewhat careful. I don't think it matters. Okay, I just do this. So now Gil's overcharged to 300%, which is gonna allow him to do more damage against Bargus and Tristan. Then we switch out Koinskaya, not Merlin, but Koinskaya for Oberon, because we do want Merlin to be out here for his Bond Craft Essence. And I did give Oberon the 15% stronger buster to everyone once he comes out, so that's gonna further increase Gilgamesh's damage. It's gonna be sick nasty. We do that. This one. And then we actually also give Merlin that just so we could overcharge Gil's NP further. And I think we just win, right? I hope. If I don't, last time Gil did not kill with a arts crit on Bargus, so if he kills this time, then that's gonna be bullshit because he literally didn't do that last time. Just got done getting merch. Oh, nice, Archer Blaze. What'd you get? I mean, post it online so I can see it. It must have been prepared because nothing was sold out, and I was numbered 3,450. Wow, jeez. Do they say how many people are over there, by the way? I mean, there's definitely thousands since you're 3,451. That's wild. That is crazy. Holy shit. Alright, now let's see how much damage the homie Gilgamesh does. Please don't kill Gil, because you didn't kill last time. I'm trying to show you off to the homies. Okay, he didn't kill, thank God. Okay, so we do use Merlin's NP first. This isn't gonna do any damage, but it is gonna overcharge Gil's NP to overcharge 4, which is gonna give him dummy damage. Why not do quick just to be safe? Because Arts, I think, does a little bit more damage, and the damage I do with my first attack also counts towards the overall turn's damage. Ooh, 7.6 mil. I actually did more than last time. Oh. 7.6 mil, okay. I didn't expect to break my previous record, but I did it. Yeah, there you go. Let me take a screenshot of that. Oh, 7.7 mil, nice. Damn. If only I gave Gil a NP damage up with the command card I gave him. It might have got to 8 mil. So we broke our record. 7.7. 6 nasty. I assume your Gil, yeah, my Gil's NP 5, 120'd, fully juiced up with the foes. It's pretty much a perfect Gil. Bond 15, you know, just not that Bond 15 affects his damage, but you know, just to put it out there. God damn. All right, sick nasty. And again, I tried this with Morgan because her being a berserker and then her doing extra damage against fairies and round table, which I think the Tamlin are, you know, both. I feel like they are, but she only did like 3.2 mil, so it wasn't that much. Wasn't as much as I thought. But yeah. Everyone send me your energy. I'm doing a paid single for Morgan NP2, and you didn't get Morgan NP2. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. All right. Well, what should I do now for this? Should I do a strengthening quest or not strengthening, but this? No, I'll save this for later. I don't feel like doing like any more quests as of right now, cause I actually have a. If you read the title, I do plan on doing a tier list in the stream like I did last stream. So last stream I did a Lostbelt 6 characters tier list, which I never done for any other Lostbelt because I feel like Lostbelt 6 is the most complex of the Lostbelt so far, at least story wise and character wise. But is audio lagging? If the audio's lagging, I hope it fixes itself, because on my end it doesn't say it is. Yeah, it doesn't say there's lag. Usually I'd be able to tell if there's lag or anything. I was supposed to be there both days with my yeah, she said that earlier. Ooh, you got the Avalon the Fae pen? You fucking lucky bastard. Yeah, there's a lot of Lostbelt 6 merch over there. But I'm actually going to, so if I go to my big screen here, again, they're doing a live stream of like the voice actors and actresses just shooting the shit. But I want to do a tier list of the Lostbelt chapters. I might even include the singularities and the epic or remnants because I feel like they're gonna go by quick. But I wanted to see where we rank the stories so far, because why not? And Ophelia command seal. Oh, they got the command seals for all the cryptors there. Ooh, shit. Who has the best looking one? I feel like Pepperoncino has the most interesting one because it looks like a pair of lips or something. You're gonna watch a. I actually don't know which stream I'm gonna watch later. But we will see. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, so I have this stream open right now. I'm just gonna go by order of when they come out. But right now, I kind of want to do like a story tier list because especially after reading Lostbelt 6 and everyone says that's like the best or one of the best Natsuverse written work so far. I want to see how it stacks against everything else. Which I mean, it's definitely better than a lot of the earlier singular. I mean, that's like every chapter after. Pretty much America. As soon as Camelot starts, every other chapter before is just like ass in comparison. But yeah, glad I didn't get barrel. Oh, it was a gacha thing. That's interesting. Yeah, I saw Tucson handing out stuff too. I was like, oh shit, the homie's out there, bro. The homie. But I'm gonna go through the singularities first, just to kind of speed run them, I guess, and then we could take our time with the Lostbelts because I feel like they're the most intense. They're definitely the most intense. He was happy an English player was. Ah, that's funny. He recognized that you're an English player. That's so funny. That's so cool, dude. How did he know? Did he just look at your lanyard or like, did you tell him or something? That's really sick. Also, you have a JP account, right? But you don't play as much, right? Right. So for Yuuki, I thought it was. As a prologue, I think it's good. I think it does its job of being a prologue. Otherwise, it's just kind of all right. Maybe I'll just put mid. It was mid. It was all right. Just because it's not the most riveting story, I guess. So Orleans is notorious for being pretty bad. I feel like Septem and Orleans are just bad, right? They're just not good. Even though John Alter was introduced in Orleans and then Nero is obviously a fan favorite from Septem, but otherwise, they're just story-wise, they're kind of just trash. I told him I'm a USA player. I'm wearing NA exclusive merch. Yeah, that's sick. That's so cool, bro. I just saw the man like a couple weeks ago, so that's sick that you get to like talk to him, exchange words in the flesh, bro. That's sick, nasty. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, Orleans and Septem for sure. Like, it's just kind of what garbage. I think everyone agrees. Everyone pretty much agree that they're not that good. Okeanos. I don't know if it's because I read the manga, but I actually like Okeanos. I feel like in the game it wasn't as good, but I think the manga saved it a little bit for me. I think the same thing for Orleans and Septem, but I feel like even when I read the game cutscenes, I thought it was all right. I'm gonna put it mid for now, but I might even put it at good because I did enjoy Okeanos. I like it. I like stories that have like a sense of adventure, and I feel like Okeanos had that. But that's just me. Oh yeah, the part where how they defeated Heracles. I thought that was pretty creative and pretty cool. So I feel like Okeanos is low-key slept on. It had like good moments. A lot of good moments. And it's the first time that we're introduced to Jason. Who's obviously a piece of shit. But, you know, we see him later in Lostbelt 5. So yeah, I'd say Okeanos is pretty good. London. I think the only thing notable about London is that it introduces the concept of grand servants. And that's the first time we get confronted, or the first time we confront the main bad guy of the singularities. Otherwise, I mean, Jack the Ripper's in it. I like Jack. Kentoki's in it. Tomo's a fan favorite. But I don't remember much about London. I feel like London's kind of... I think it's mid. It does its job again of introducing the bad guy, introducing the grand servants, or the concept of grand servants. There's no grand servant introduced within the chapter itself, but... Well, I guess besides Grandcaster, but you know. Otherwise, yeah, London's pretty mid. Swap London and Orleans. Yeah? London is garbage? I don't know if it's garbage. Because Orleans, I don't remember much about it. And that just might be my badass memory, but You know what? I will bump Orleans up to mid. I'll just do that. I think September though is just straight garbage. I think I'll just do that. I don't know about putting London all the way down to garbage. I don't know about that. Because I think Orleans, and again, it might just because I read the manga, but I think I enjoyed. This is the one where Marie Antoinette is in, right? Or is she in Septem? I feel like she's in Orleans though. I really enjoyed her, her and what's his name? Mozart. Mozart was pretty cool. It's the first time seeing a Tamil interest in cosplayer. Yeah, I saw pictures of her too. Pretty good cosplay. Would you do an FGO OST tier list? Oh my god, that's... If I do an FGO OST tier list, I would have to just include maybe like 30 of my favorite OSTs or like the most notable ones, because there's so many songs that going through an entire like the entire catalog and tiering them, like that would take a long time. So I'd probably just take the 30 most notable ones and just stick with that. All right, so next one is America, which I think America is when it starts really picking up in the story. People like to say Camelot because Camelot and Babylonia are written by Nasu himself, whereas I feel like, or if I'm not mistaken, the previous singularities, America included, wasn't written by Nasu. But I think America is... I think it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Karna and Arjuna are there. Their whole dynamic was cool. Yeah, I would say it's good. I would say it's good. OST songs from each singularity. Yeah, I would include like boss music. Probably just mainly boss music, to be honest. It might just be like a... what do you think is better, Camelot versus Lostbelt 6? I mean, we will get there. We'll definitely get there. We'll start comparing chapters later, as the tier list starts, you know, getting filled up. All right, so next one's Camelot. I think most people will agree it's probably at least really good to maybe excellent, which is the highest tier. Trying to debate whether it is excellent or just really good, but I think it would be a disservice not to put it there. I'm not even gonna debate with you guys. Babylonia is excellent. It's number one. Easy for me. Yeah, I'm doing a tier list. Yeah, yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. As an American, I thought the American singularity was good. Yeah, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good as an American. Yeah. There are a fuck ton of Lancers. That's for sure. Yeah, I feel like Rama is done dirty all the time. Like in America, he's like pretty much he has like a curse of death, or like he's poisoned or something, right? He's like pretty much injured throughout the entire chapter up until we meet up with Sita, and Sita's able to heal his spirit origin, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it's been years. So for the most of the chapter, he's just fucked. And then later in Lostbelt 4, like he does all right. He does okay. And then at some point he takes in Ashwatthama's curse, I think. So his whole character is just getting cursed, like getting crippled. It's like, why are you crippling the boy? But yeah, he's all right. He's all right otherwise. I wish they had Ort and Oberon merch though. That's true. I mean, maybe it's spoilers because Ort's a pretty big deal in Nasuverse, and then of course Oberon, unless it's just like normal Oberon, then maybe they could get away with merch of him. Yeah, he was like, they do Rama dirty. Like people are like, oh yeah, they do him dirty because of Sita. Yeah, that too, but like they also just nerf him every time he shows up in the story. All right, so next one, Solomon. Ooh. Would Solomon also go in excellent? Is that like... I feel like I'm just like jerking the fuck out of the last three singularities. But see, at the time when Solomon came out, it felt like a big deal. I'm trying to think about it, how it felt at the time. It felt like a big deal. It felt like an Avengers level, like Endgame type shit. So I would say probably excellent. Even the movie, I thought was pretty good. I know some people like, oh, it's Clover. It should have been UFO tape. Whatever. I thought they did well with the time that they were given for the movie. Otherwise, as far as like the in-game cutscenes, I thought it was really good. Just because every demon pillar and all the characters fighting the demon pillars, they all had like their moment. Whereas in the movie, they kind of rushed through it, which I understood because again, they only have so much time to work with. But within the game, I would say it's excellent. I'd say it's pretty good. Oh yeah, the Oberon figure. I don't know if you guys saw that. I mean, Archer, you probably did. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, the Oberon figure, dude. I might have to pre-order that shit. I'm not gonna lie, but like it's not painted yet, so pre-orders won't probably go up until like a year from now. But we'll see. Yeah, the match stuff was an asshole. When Foe revived her, I mean, I'm okay with it. See, because I know some people are in the camp that Mashi should have stayed dead. And the only reason I disagree with that, I understand why people say she should stay dead because, you know, it's her sacrifice. Like, it cheapens her sacrifice just to bring her back right afterwards. You know, the way they bring her back is kind of an asshole, etc., etc. But the only reason I say that it's okay to bring her back, there's two main reasons, really. First of all, right after she sacrifices herself, Dr. Roman also sacrifices himself. So I feel like his sacrifice would either overshadow hers or her sacrifice would overshadow his. So to have two big character deaths consecutively, I don't know. I feel like one has to be sacrificed over the other. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be a good storytelling if one major character dies and then we're crying over her, and all of a sudden this next major character dies, and now the previous character that died is a bit overshadowed because that moment's now taken away, you know? So, and then the second reason is that Dr. Roman wanted Mashi to live as a human, wanted to have her live like a normal lifespan. That was like one of his main things as like almost her adopted father. So by sacrificing himself and then by her coming back, granted he didn't bring her back, but still by her coming back, it kind of, you know, gives Dr. Roman's last wish, you know, it makes it come true, I guess. So I think that's fine. I think it's fine that she comes back, but I understand why some people are tired of seeing her. But still, I think it's completely fine. Her coming back. All right, next one is Shinjuku. Oh, Shinjuku, fuck. He also built up matches up as a sacrificial character with limited lifespan. It's like half a character arc if he doesn't learn to live and not just die. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I forgot how Shinjuku's story is. If I remember, we're with Moriarty, but Moriarty has no memories of himself, and it's revealed later on that he's the mastermind and he tries to blow up the planet with a meteor. I think that's like the gist of it. And of course, John and Saber Alter have a little back and forth thing going on, and then we have a dance with John Alter at the end. I would say Shinjuku, I hesitate to put it at really good. I might change this later. I will put it at like the highest of good. So I'm not saying it's equal to Okeanos and America. It's better than those, I think, but I don't think it's quite there at really good. I think people say really good because John Alter's in it, but like the story itself, I don't know. I would have to think about that. You need another tier, either above excellent or below garbage. Really? Above excellent? I don't know about that because there's no perfect story. Like even like Lostbelt 6, which is like what everyone would say is the best story so far. I could find a couple, like everyone could find flaws with the story, so I don't want to put like a perfect tier. But we'll see. If we have to put another tier, we will at the end. Oh yeah, Demia, that's true, Demia. Salter did have a dog, that's true, I think Agartha, Is Agartha as bad as Septim? Because I think everyone agrees that Agartha is pretty fucking bad. I think people agree that Agartha is pretty bad. Although I don't know if it's like straight up garbage or if it's just mid, right? I feel like it's better than Septim, but it's not like necessarily good, so it's like mid. Agartha's garbage? We need a tier below garbage. Oh, really? Really? Okay, I mean, it's bad, but okay. All right, I'll put it at like the lowest of garbage. Yeah, I would have to like reread it, or I don't want to reread it, to be honest, but nothing really like okay, let's think about the positives about it. I thought Penthesilea was okay. I think she's cool. And then the other Heracles, what the fuck is his name? The big Heracles looking bitch? His name is escaping right now, but you guys will be able to remind me. Are they still streaming? Oh, no, they're not. Let's see. What's the next stream that they're gonna do? So this is the next stream that they're gonna do for FGO Fes. So I just wanted to check real quick. Megalos, there you go. Megalos, yeah. Megalos I thought was pretty cool. Too many dirty jokes with Lil Fergus. Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, it's really not memorable too, I guess. Like Wu was introduced here. I feel like this chapter introduced some pretty good characters, but it didn't make the best use of said characters, if that makes sense. Like it had the characters going for it, but the story itself was just not good. So, all right, next one is Shimosa. Shimosa. I feel like everyone agrees this is probably the best remnant, right? See, I'm debating, is it really good or is it excellent? Because I think Shimosa is pretty fucking good. And it's like almost a foreshadowing, or it's not even almost. It is a foreshadowing of the Lostbelt arc. It introduces us to Musashi, who's very important later on in the story. Ashia Doman, of course, is introduced. Muramasa. Yeah, no, this is low-key a goated remnant. It's low-key a goated remnant. I would put it up there. I would put it up there. Why do you wear a hat in the heat? That's just what I do, dog. I'm not sweating right now, thankfully. If it was during the day, I would probably not even stream. But I'm fine right now. Yeah, I think Shimosa is like, it's either high, really good, or just straight up excellent. I think excellent's like, we might have to change some stuff up later. We might even have to add it here at some point, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Okay, next one is Salem, which you guys are gonna have to help me out here because I am extremely biased when it comes to like foreigners and like the outer gods, the Cthulhu motherfuckers. I really like that shit. So I'm hesitating to put this in the tier I want to put it in because I want to see you guys' thoughts first, because I do like the whole introduction of the outer gods and how OP they are, but they can't quite get to our reality, so they have to use these foreigners as a way to facilitate their powers almost. I think that's a really cool concept. Salem's really good. Detective stuff is good enough. I'm gonna say this now, but Salem was really interesting but not perfect. Yeah, I would say it's definitely not perfect. I would not put it at excellent, I'll say that. Okay, yeah, I agree. Okay, so I think we're all in agreement for the most part. I think really good is a good tier for Salem. It's, again, we might change some stuff later on because some stuff does feel a little bit iffy as I look at it, but we'll get there. So I don't know why they put the prologue for the Lostbelts as a separate thing to Anastasia, because I mean, it's essentially just, I mean, I get that it is the prologue of the overarching Lostbelt arc, but it's not in itself its own chapter, I feel like. So wherever we include Anastasia, that's where we're gonna include the prologue, because it's, well, actually no, the prologue does have some pretty crazy shit that happens in it, like Da Vinci dying, the introduction of Kide or Rasputin, the cryptors. But okay, I'll still include Anastasia and the prologue together. So we're just gonna say Lost Belt 1 Anastasia. Where should Anastasia go? So I'll say this about Lost Belt 1, which might be surprising, but I think a lot of people do agree with Lost Belt 1. I think Lost Belt 1 is high-key one of the best chapters in the entire game. High-key one of the best chapters. I think the NPC character that we're partnered with, Patchy, is probably, in my opinion, the best Lost Belt resident that we've befriended, even so far. Lost Belt 7, I'm not sure because I'll be honest, once we get there, I don't know much about Lost Belt 7. So you guys would just have to tell me without spoiling anything. I think Patchy's the best one. So he hard carries a lot of the storytelling because we see a lot of things from his perspective. Kadok is cool. Anastasia is good too. I think the story was pretty good too. The only thing that I would say that's keeping this Lost Belt from being excellent, which kind of spoils where it's gonna go. The only thing I would say, and I understand that he has a lot of diehard like fans for whatever reason, more power to you. But I think the weakest thing about this Lost Belt is the Lost Belt King. I feel like he doesn't have much of a presence, especially when compared later to literally, I would say literally every other Lost Belt King. They felt menacing. They felt like they had a presence. There was a good build up to them. Whereas Ivan the Terrible was just asleep the entire time, and they kept saying he was powerful and big and whatnot. And I guess he was, but he was awake for 2 seconds and then we bodied him. It's like, I don't know. So I think that's the weakest thing about this Lost Belt. Everything else is like S tier level shit. Whereas Ivan the Terrible is like, meh. And I understand what people are going to say. Like, oh, well, his lightning bolts is as strong as Zeus's lightning bolts. That's what Canis said. Great. That's awesome. But then we see what Zeus could do later on. He does the lightning bolts plus 1,000 other things. So it's like, I feel like Ivan Terrible is just like, not like, no pun intended. He's a terrible Lost Belt King in comparison to every other Lost Belt King. In my opinion. I understand like it's the first Lost Belt, so he's not supposed to be like uber super duper powerful, but I don't know, it's just hard to like not compare him to the rest of Lost Belt Kings. I feel like it's really hard. So that's the only thing that's keeping me from putting it at excellent. I feel like if he had more of a presence, and he was awakened like maybe in the middle of the story rather than like towards the end, and we had a couple confrontations with him, that would be pretty cool. But otherwise, That's what I'm saying. He was asleep the entire time, and then we woke up and then we fuck him up. Essentially, like, it's like he doesn't have much of a presence, and he's supposed to be the last. Okay, I have to put the prologue also with Anastasia. That's what I said earlier, because I feel like the two are just intertwined. It's whatever. And again, everything about Anastasia is like S tier. He's like the only thing that's like a blemish, in my opinion. All right, Lost Belt 2. Oh man, Lost Belt 2 is gonna be. So I think Lost Belt 2 does what Lost Belt 3 or Lost Belt 1 failed to do, in that it introduces us to Lost Belt King right away. She has a really strong presence throughout the story. She appears fairly often, so it doesn't have that flaw at all. Gerda, who's like this chapter's Patchy, who's this chapter's like Lost Belt companion, I guess, was okay. Definitely not as good as Patchy. Patchy's just S tier, so it is a step down from that level. I think the Cryptor Ophelia is pretty good. I want to say on par, if not a little bit above Kadok, but the thing is, Kadok, spoiler alert, he's with us currently, whereas Ophelia's not, so like it's hard not to think about that. But just looking at the Lost Belts individually, I think Ophelia was a bit more, I felt had a stronger impact emotionally, I guess. it's probably just really good, right? It's just really good. I don't think, I will say it's, for me, I think Lostbelt 1 is still better than Lostbelt 2. Just because everything else in Lostbelt 1 is just S tier. It's literally just the Lostbelt King that's just kind of weak. Whereas Lostbelt 2, everything is like fairly balanced. Everything is balanced. Like the NPC character is alright. The story is well, I don't want to say alright. I'll say good. Everything is good. Everything is like balanced. Like nothing is like too excellent or too bad, I guess. It's the most balanced one. At least so far. I still think Lostbelt 1's better, Ouyang, but they're both in the same tier, so it's one or the other. Lostbelt 2 did have a good ending, that's true. Yeah, I think Lostbelt 2. I think Lostbelt 2, and once we get to Lostbelt 4, but I think Lostbelt 2, 4, and I want to say 5 have the strongest, I want to say, like, last cutscene with the NPC character. I want to say. I think Patchy as a whole is just, like, on a whole nother level from all of them. But if we're just looking at the last moment, I think all of those, the ones I just mentioned, hits us in the feels, you know? Alright, so... yeah, I'll keep Lostbelt 2 there for now. We'll see where everything goes later on. So Lostbelt 3... alright, I'm gonna get hate for this. Maybe. Because... I know people like... the Lostbelt King here, and I do too, don't get me wrong. I'm not about to criticize him necessarily. People like Yume Ren or Akuta Hinako. I think that's her Japanese alias. People love the crypter here and her story. Along with Lostbelt King, they really like him as a character. I like the fact that in this Lostbelt, the Lostbelt King here wasn't necessarily on the crypter's side, I guess you could say. He was a bit more objective and logical and treated everyone sort of equally, I guess. Like, treated both Kalia and the crypter Yu equally. And he was like one of the few ones who kind of listened to reason to an extent. So they did things differently. Because in terms of sheer power, in terms of like hacks, he isn't really high up there. Like he's... like I know they say, oh, he's like the grand ruler. His spirit origin is that of a grand servant. It's like, okay, but his actual feats, the things he actually does, isn't exactly like, you know, crazy. But it's his character that hard carries how we perceive him, I guess. Like his presence alone is imposing, rather than his sheer power. So I think so far he's probably the best Lostbelt King from Lostbelt 1 to 3. He probably has the strongest presence. I know some people probably say Scotty because of waifu reasons, but I think Qin Shi Huang is cooler, in my opinion. But I think I'll be honest. I think everything else besides Lostbelt King is kind of okay. I think it's weaker in every other department. Like the crypter's alright, but and it does introduce the concept of a true ancestor to Fate Grand Order, or something akin to a true ancestor, which is cool. But otherwise, I think, yeah, the NPC doesn't even matter, doesn't even have a name, which makes sense within the story, because I think the Lostbelt King, Emperor Qin, made sure nobody had names, so the concept of names doesn't even exist. But still, like, could have given him a name, I guess. I don't know. He's just like a little Chinese boy. So again, I might get hate for this, and it's in the highest of this tier, just because it's a Lostbelt, and I feel like the Lostbelts are just gonna be good no matter what. But I would put it in the high good, like barely not making really good, just because besides the Lostbelt King, everything else is kind of okay. It's kind of okay. And if you're a huge Yu fan, I understand if you're not satisfied with that tier, but I'm sorry, bro. I just don't really care much about everything else outside of the Lostbelt King. So I'd say high good is fine. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Oh, not really good. Like it's good compared to everything else in the tier it's in. But I wouldn't say it's as good as everything else on the tier above. So I will say actually the OST. This is the first time I'm gonna be talking about the OST. I think it has the best map OST and the best battle music or fatal battle music. I don't know. It's just that Asian, I guess, motif, that Asian theme. I don't know. I like it. I don't know if it's because my inner Asian's coming out, but I really like the OST for this chapter. So there you go. All right, Lostbelt 4. I mean, if we're gonna be talking about Lostbelt 4, we're gonna have to be talking about Pepe. So, everyone's favorite scripter probably, maybe tied with Wodime, but I think most people probably love Pepe for sure. So he definitely, I would say he hard carries Lostbelt 4, but even without him, Arjuna Alter is a menace. I feel like up until this point, every other Lostbelt King was pretty powerful, but I think this is the turning point when we start facing some really, really powerful Lostbelt Kings, like really fucked up ones. And then I think Asha, or is it Asha or Ashi? The NPC that we're with, that last cutscene with her, fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. The ending to this Lostbelt is definitely one of the sadder ones, in my opinion. Which I mean is the entire theme of the Lostbelts. It's just really sad and depressing and just fucked up. So it does a good job on that department. The whole story with Janako or Ganesha, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of confusing. Because in the Nasu verse, it's like stated a lot that time travel is like true time travel isn't really possible. Like ray shifting isn't even a perfect replication of like time travel because that would be true magic. But in this Lostbelt, they were able to accomplish something akin to time travel, and I feel like that's a little bit of an ass pull. But otherwise, that whole bit is pretty cool for the most part. Yeah, the CE you get from this Lostbelt, like yeah, that CE hits hard. So I think I will put, you know what, wait, Salem shouldn't be in the highest here. Salem should be probably like, I'll put Salem there probably. I think I still like Anastasia more. Okay, you know what, I'll say this, they're equal. I think Lostbelt 4 and Lostbelt 1 are equal. I don't know, actually. I feel like Anastasia's too strong. It's too strong. Too strong. The whole Janako time traveling confused me. Maybe because I'm dumb, but the ending was epic. Yeah, if you just overlook the fact that time travel shouldn't exist, it is a good story overall. I think the whole Karna versus Arjuna Alter thing, I mean, we've already seen it in Camelot, but they definitely delivered with that rivalry in this Lostbelt. It's really good. Pulled a mash except she was awake. Yeah, that's true. I like how they reuse that same concept of like somebody traveling back in time and like pretty much staying in that time until the present, like for thousands and thousands of years. It's like, okay, well, they just reused a plot from like 2 chapters ago, but whatever. I hate that Ashwatthama simply went, oh, I can do that shit just once. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every Lostbelt has like an ass pull of some kind, of some sort. So, you know, I could overlook 1 or 2 ass pulls. It's just, you know, it is what it is. I love the manga about Arjuna Alter in the end with the NPC girl. I think I've seen that. I think? Is it one of those Lostbelt mangas that focus on like the cryptors and like the Lostbelt Kings? I think I've seen that one. So, yeah. I think Lostbelt 4 probably made me the saddest after the ending. I want to say that one had the most depressing ending for me. They all had depressing endings, But I think Lostbelt 4 stuck with me a bit harder, just because of the whole like with her family and like them getting wiped out, and then she was like the last of her family, and then we have to tell her what happened because she does not remember her family, but she knows something is missing, you know. And then she just like cries going to sleep before being erased from existence. That shit's sad as fuck. I was like, yo, why do we gotta tell her? I understand why we told her, because we felt like it was the right thing to do, but still, like, goddamn, bro, fuck. That shit do be sad. Patchy, pound for pound, is the best NPC though. I'll die on that hill if I must. But I think Lostbelt 4's ending to me was the sadder of all the other Lostbelts so far. All right, next one is Lostbelt 5 Atlantis, and Atlantis and Olympus will be separated. Even though we did include the prologue and Anastasia on the same tier, these two are treated as separate Lostbelts, so we're gonna do that. So Atlantis, Atlantis is probably one of the most epic of the chapters so far. Probably one of the most epic. I think it goes back to basics in the sense that I feel like a lot of the previous Lostbelts focus a lot on like the NPCs and like the world, like as far as like the civilizations and whatnot. Whereas in this Lostbelt, it focused a lot on the servants. It still, you know, delved on like the world itself and whatnot, but it had a strong focus on the servants. I'm talking about Jason, Orion, of course, everybody, but I want to say Bartholomew had like the least importance in the story overall. Like he was there to give us a ship and like a ride, I guess, and to simp over Mashu and, you know, girls with hair over their eye. But otherwise, I feel like this Lostbelt does a great job of just developing the servants, making us care about the servants. It's like really strong in that department. And just the moments, like Mandricardo, when he like manifested the sword or the spear, I guess. And then Hector shows up, or like shows up before that. And of course, Super Orion, and then Achilles. Like everything about this chapter is epic as fuck. I would be a fucking idiot if I didn't at least put it at excellent. I would say Atlantis deserves to be up there. I would say that. If Bartholomew had more like, I guess, character development, like serious character development, it would be higher. But otherwise, like, you know, I would say Atlantis is here. Better than Shimosa. Well, actually, I would say it's equal to Shimosa. I won't say it's better. It's equal. I'd say it's equal to Shimosa. But not quite there with my... Well, wait. Why? I'm gonna put Babylonia there, bro. I'm biased as fuck. I cried when Ryder with big boobs died because she has a curse on her. Ryder with big boobs? Wait, who are we talking about here? I feel like everyone like has like big ass titties, bro. Fuck Zeus. I remember what he did to Adam. Drake. Oh, Drake. Yeah, because Drake was in Atlantis. Like she was there early on, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah. So she, off screen, she took down Poseidon, or at least fucked him up to the point like he was pretty much at death's door, if I'm not mistaken. And then she couldn't leave the island or the bar that she was working at, right? But she did give us her ship. So I completely forgot about that. Almost. But yeah. And not to mention, this is also the first chapter where we come face to face with Wodan, which is going to carry over to Olympus. And correct me if I'm wrong, I would have to reread the chapter and like understand the full context. But was Super Orion with us when Wodan fucked us up the first time we fight him in Atlantis? Because everyone has this impression that Grand Servants are like super duper powerful, which they are. But the fact that Wodan is able to fuck us up with the help of a Grand Servant, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's like contradictory, or maybe Super Orion wasn't there. I don't quite remember. But it's just funny that he's able to just body us with the help of a Grand Servant with us. So it's just weird. Yeah, Goetia did help us. He bailed us out from getting completely bodied, but we did lose that battle. Don't get it twisted. We lost that battle, but we were gonna die. We simply survived. That's it. Yeah, Wodime is cracked. It's just, again, people wank the grand servants, which again, they are powerful, but people like to think that like they're like just like unstoppable in comparison to you know, other servants are just humans, which, I mean, Wodime in his prime was able to fuck us up in addition to grand servants. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it's affecting its placement in the tier list. I was just asking a question. I don't know if Super Ryan was there or not. Yeah, stars. Yeah, well, once you hear stars, you're fucked. Just turn the other way and run. All right, well, I think everyone agrees. Atlantis, excellent. I would say I would agree too. Next one is Olympus, which Olympus is pretty much a continuation of Atlantis, but it does have an own separate story to a degree. So, ever since the beginning of the Lostbelt arc, the Lostbelt story, everything has been leading up to us facing Wodime and taking down Olympus. Like, off the jump, like after Lostbelt 1, or it might be after Lostbelt 2, but we were supposed to go to Lostbelt 5 right away. It's just things happened where we had to go to Lostbelt 3. I think Gordolf got poisoned, and then we got poisoned, and the only way to get the antidote is to go to Lostbelt 3. So that's the only reason we went to Lostbelt 3, I think. And then Lostbelt 4, I think we needed to get some kind of resource that was over there. I don't quite remember, but otherwise, Olympus was like the end game almost. That was the end. Granted, we know that Lostbelt 6 and 7 are a thing right now, and whatnot. But we weren't even worried about 6 and 7 just because they didn't have a Tree of Emptiness that we were able to see. So we were like, oh, we didn't gotta worry about them. So everything was building up to Olympus, to Lostbelt 5. So it felt very endgamey in the sense that everything came together, you know? It culminated into this big chapter, and I think they did a pretty good job. Musashi. Some people don't like the fact Musashi had a strong presence in Olympus, and the fact that she did what she did at the end. I'm personally okay with it, but a lot of people do have an issue with that. So maybe that's like the one flaw of the story of Lostbelt 5. But I mean, in terms of like the threat posed by Lostbelt 5, it was definitely the most threatening so far, just because even the humans, the people living in the Lostbelts, the NPCs, if I'm not mistaken, because of the technology and the blessings of the gods, all the normal humans were on par with the average servant. So right off the bat, the normal citizens are already scary as fuck. And then the gods themselves took like the craziest of hacks, just the right opportunity, the right timing to beat them, each one by one. If they all attacked us together, we would have been fucked, but they didn't want to do that for whatever reason. If it came down to it, if a fight broke out between the Lostbelts, I think Olympus would beat the others in a straight fight. I think Lostbelt 1 is definitely dying. Lostbelt 2, Scotty... See, the thing is, Scotty is presumably really strong. The only reason she doesn't seem that powerful is because she's using a lot of her magical energy to make sure Surtur stays imprisoned. Otherwise, I think if Scotty wasn't nerfed, I think she would have a pretty good chance, but I think she would get bodied too. Lostbelt 3, again, even though he has a grand ruler or grand servant spirit origin, or on par with a grand servant, I think Emperor Chin is fucked too. There's no shot he's winning against Zeus and the rest of them. Lostbelt 4 is interesting because Arjuna Altar is insanely strong. But I think ultimately he'll probably lose against Zeus and the rest of the gods, because Zeus is just insane. Fucking insane. The problem is because we could presume, because since Beryl and Morgan specifically schemed to take down Lostbelt 5, we could presume that they definitely saw Wodime and Zeus as threats, and they didn't want to face them on a head-on fight. So we could presume that Morgan versus Zeus would not end in Morgan's favor. We could presume, because if Morgan was that, like, she's powerful, but if she was hot shit, she would have no problem facing Zeus head-on, right? But the fact that she had to scheme and with Beryl just tells me that she knows the limits of her capabilities, in my opinion. Think it was just Beryl, not Morgan. I think it was both. But I don't know. I guess you could make that argument. I feel like it was both. Now the problem was Lostbelt 7, because Lostbelt 7 is just all over the place. I think if anything, it's gonna end with mutual destruction because of Ort. There's like no winner at that point. Because the thing is, even if Zeus loses to Ort, for example, which he has a good chance of losing to Ort, because Ort is just on a whole nother level of just hacks. You gotta remember that chaos is still a thing. If you guys don't remember, when Zeus was defeated in Lostbelt 5 Olympus, a big ass fucking eyeball appeared in the sky, which was revealed to be just like a fraction of the size of Chaos, which was like the original god that created the rest of the machine gods, right? And he was about to essentially consume Earth and convert it into magical energy. I don't think Ort has anything against that, just because the distance between Chaos and Ort is immeasurable, because even with the Storm Border, we were unable to see the distance between, or calculate the distance between us and Chaos. So we could presume it's really far fucking away, despite it looking really close. So I don't think Ort could do anything against that. He's getting converted right there, and Chaos is winning. But again, that's not really Lostbelt 5 winning. That's just kind of mutual destruction, because the Earth would be destroyed. Nobody would really win, and that's it. Unless Ort has a way of closing the portal, which, to my knowledge, if I'm not mistaken, Ort is able to copy the abilities and techniques of beings and individuals it absorbed. So unless it absorbs Musashi, which in this hypothetical it's not happening, then Ort is just fucked against Chaos. Easily, in my opinion, easily. So I would say that, even though I know types and like Ort have been seen as the strongest beings in the Nasuverse for a while, I feel like people sleep on Chaos. Chaos is fucking him up, or fucking it up. Sorry, who's Chaos? Is this a spoiler for you? Well, at the ending of Lostbelt 5, we kill Zeus, and then it's revealed that when Zeus was getting destroyed, he essentially sent, or automatically sent, a kind of like an SOS message to the true primordial machine god, which is Chaos. And Chaos was, right when it appeared, was about to absorb everything in Earth and basically convert everything on it to magical energy, which I don't think Ort has anything against that. And the fact that we beat it by closing the portal in which it was trying to see through, or it saw through, instead of a head-on fight, I mean, that says a lot. Because I think in the head-on fight, I don't think anything that we know of so far is able to beat that. So instead of like fighting it head-on, we just prevent the fight from even happening. All right, well, I went on a tangent about that, but I think Olympus... Where does Olympus go? Because it also includes Wodime's backstory, which I think he has one of the best backstories out of all the cryptors. One of the best. I won't say the best, but it's definitely one of the best backstories for all the cryptors so far. And he's very imposing. His goal makes sense. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the goal and how he's going about it, but it makes sense, and that's revealed his true allegiance is not necessary with the alien god, and he has had this ulterior motive this entire time. Yeah, I think, okay, is it better than Atlantis? I think that's the big debate, because they're both part of the same Lostbelt. But is it better than Atlantis? Because I think they're both extremely epic. The stakes were both really high. I love the characters in both. Obviously, I love Musashi, so Olympus kind of has a bit of a bias for me. Atlantis is way better. Okay. Okay, I will say this. This might be a cop-out. I think because it's technically within the same Lostbelt, I will just put them in the same tier. As equals. As equals. Alright? I'll just put them in the same... Because they're both really good. It's really hard for me to, like, debate which one's better over the other. So I will say they're just equal. Just keep it simple. Just make sure everyone's happy, I guess. Atlantis is one of the Lostbelt chapters that I really felt helpless. That's true. It did have a sense of like, damn, we're fucked. Because I think it literally starts off with the storm border getting annihilated, right? And then we were separated by a lot of our allies for a while, and then we had to like gather like a team of unlikely heroes. Like it was a really good story. It was a really good story when you simplify it like that. Overall, Lostbelt 5.1 is still better. All right, I'll keep them in the same tier. We could debate about this later on. Okay, so I don't know why. Okay, I guess it makes sense because chronologically this does take place next, but they should have put these back here as well. Like this one takes place before Lostbelt 4. This one takes place before, or is it after Lostbelt 5? I think it might be after Lostbelt 5. Not sure. And then this one takes place before Trom, I want to say. So we could knock these out real quick before getting to Lostbelt 6. So if you guys don't know, the Fate Extra event is... Wait, why is the Fate Extra event here? Because I think it's more of a remnant, right? Oh, well, no, this is all the chapters. For a second, I thought we were only doing the Lostbelts. I forgot we did the rest of the chapters. Okay, so the Fate Extra CCC event is directly related to the Epic of Remnants. In fact, it is technically one of the remnants, because Shimosa is technically a Lostbelt. It's not really a pseudo-singularity. So where does this rank? Because I remember the story being pretty good. It's been years, so forgive me if my memory's just mistaken. But they do a really good job with Melt, for example. Her whole motivation and like what she does in the story really solidifies her character. And I think that's why she's insanely popular with the fan base. And you know, everyone loves BB, right? Everyone loves BB. So it's definitely not garbage. It's definitely not mid. I want to say it's either high good or really good, maybe low really good. Or maybe even mid really good. Yeah, I think really good makes sense. Especially when you consider the fact that a lot of Fate Extra fans were able to connect a lot with the characters in the story, so that just enhances the experience for those. And then players like me who didn't really play Extra or Extra CCC, like we still liked it, so it did a good job in satisfying both crowds, I guess, both demographics. So I guess really good makes sense. Like low-ish, mid-ish, really good. I wouldn't put it above like Lostbelt 1, for example. Fuck that. But maybe like right here. Maybe like right there. Salem might be a bit too high now that I'm looking at it. I'll put Salem there. Maybe there. It's fine. Oh, not to mention Kiara. Kiara is awesome. Okay, next one is... what is this event called again? Holy shit. It's the maze event. I was gonna say Tunguska. That's not right. This is Tunguska. What is this event called again? I don't know why I'm brain farting really hard right now. It's the comma event with the maze. Oh, okay. Oku. How did I forget that? How the fuck did I forget that? All right. The Oku event. It's pretty much, it's sort of a continuation of the Fate Extra event because Kiara's there. And then it's presumably the same Kiara because they talk about her being a, you know, a infantile beast at some point in the story. So in a lot of ways, it is kind of a continuation of the Fate Extra CC event. Otherwise, it introduces Kama, who's clearly a fan favorite up until today. It takes place before Lostbelt 4, in between Lostbelt 3 and 4. It takes place around there. We fight another beast here, so the stakes were somewhat high, because beasts are extremely powerful. I just don't know, story-wise, how good was it? Yeah, and it hints, it does foreshadow a little bit Lostbelt 4 because it's implied that Kama escaped Arjuna Altar because Arjuna Altar was, you know, absorbing all the Indian gods and goddesses, the whole pantheon, or at least most of the gods and goddesses. And Kama was like, fuck all of that shit. And basically hid away in her own little pocket dimension almost to hide not only from the counterforce, but also to hide from Arjuna Altar, I think. They clown on Gordolf a lot in well, he's like a gag character a lot of times, like comic relief. I hesitate to put this on really good because I don't remember it being like insanely good, right? But it's definitely not horrible. So it might just be good. Maybe like there. I think just good is fine. Because I feel like the story isn't that memorable. Like the only thing memorable about it, which is arguably the most important thing, is Kama. Right? It's just good. Because it introduces us to a really good character. But story-wise, it's like whatever. The explore mechanics were fun once, not to rerun. That's true. The rerun was a little bit of a slog, especially if you've already played it. Yeah, I feel like they need to do more events that are like that. Not necessarily a maze, but just like unique maps with a sense of like adventure or exploration. But yeah. Next one is the what's it called? Why do I not remember the name of this one too? Something about the sea or some shit, right? What the hell was this event called? It literally just happened a couple of months ago, or not even months ago, almost a year. Well, it's the Van Gogh event. I know that we're in the. I was gonna say the Abyssal Sea. That's not right. The Imaginary Numbers, Imaginary Scramble, Is it Imaginary Scramble? Is that what it's called? Void Sea? Oh, Void Sea. Okay. No, is that something else? I don't remember. But yeah, this is the Void Sea event, I guess. Oh, it is Imaginary Scramble. Okay. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was Imaginary Scramble, but I guess it might not be. But this also had a unique gameplay mechanic, but we're not basing these on gameplay mechanics, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. It's the first time we really dive into the Void Sea and the lore behind it and like explore it, because we always go there in between Lostbelts, but we never properly explore it. We never like dive too much into it lore wise, but this is the first time we're stuck in it, where there's something going on inside of it that we have to like take care of. So and then like I said earlier with Salem, I'm very biased when it comes to the foreigners, so I actually really do like this chapter because it introduces us to Van Gogh. Yang has a story presence. The rest of the foreigners have some kind of a story presence as well, albeit not as much as Van Gogh and Yang. Otherwise, I mean, it might be in the same tier, like the same exact position as the Oku event. Like, it's not horrible, it's not, I wouldn't say it's mid, but you know, it's good. It's very interesting. It's fun at times. It has a lot of good characters in it. I really don't have a problem with the event. I would say it's good, or the story. So there you go. The next one is Lostbelt 5.5, Haiyan Kyo, which is the Lostbelt where Ashia Doman is finally confronted and dealt with, which is in itself very gratifying, very satisfying. And seeing him beg for his life definitely feels very, again, satisfactory. Like he had it coming, and we finally get to give him his punishment, I guess, for all the chaos he's been, you know, causing since Shimosa. He was a big player in Shimosa. He had a hand in manipulating Arjuna Alter, so he's a huge reason why Arjuna Alter was just a complete dick. And we finally get to fuck him up for it. And that's just one part of it. I think Kintoki as our, I guess, partner throughout the Lostbelt, I think was just amazing. Just because Kintoki is already a fan favorite, you know, everyone sees him as like one of the biggest bros in FGO, and just having him as our main dude was just perfect. It was just perfect. Of course, I'm biased when it comes to Shuten. Shuten being my favorite Fate Grand Order exclusive character or servant. So I of course enjoyed her role in the story. I think the concept of the story overall was pretty interesting as well, because everyone was like a master, or not everyone, but a lot of these key characters like Kintoki. Well, Kintoki was supposed to be a master, but he ended up not summoning servant, and he treated us like we were the servant that he summoned, which is funny. Shuten was a master, but all the masters were masters to casters, which was an interesting take on the Holy Grail War. Kind of wish we saw more of the Heavenly Kings, because I think 2 of them were just like not killed, but they were defeated off screen. Whereas the only other Heavenly King we saw was Watanabe no Suna. And I really like Suna's character. I think there's a lot going on between him and Ibaraki that hasn't been explored yet. So as far as like piquing interest on characters that were just introduced, as well as older characters like Ibaraki, I think this chapter does a good job on that, because if we ever get an event where Suna and Ibaraki are like the main like focus, I would be really excited, just because I want to know what their backstory is all about. Because they gave a little bit, but they didn't really quite explain the whole ordeal with them. So maybe in like an ordeal call we'll see something. And this is when Ibuki does show up as well. Ibuki, like you said, Pip, Ibuki Doji, one of my favorite sabers as well, one of my favorite characters. I mean, she's just an extension of Shuten at that point. So I will say this is definitely not garbage, not mid, not just good. So it's a really fun chapter. Going off of Lostbelt 5, for example, it's not like insane, heart-wrenching or gut-wrenching, heartbreaking storytelling with tragedy and like loss and like insane twists. But it's like a fun story with fun characters, with a cool concept. It's easy to understand. It's funny at times. It introduces a lot of characters that are really cool. I think it's just a solid chapter. So I will put it right there. I think. I think it's that good. Just because it was really fun. For me, it was a really fun chapter. I think Ibaraki is a child of a woman Suna likes. Yeah, there's like theories. It's either his child, or like the child of the woman he likes, or maybe it is the woman he likes and then she just transformed into Oni. There's a lot of theories between what's going on with Suna and Ibaraki that I find really interesting, and I hope they dive more into it. I really do. But yeah, that's where I would put Haiyan Kyo. I think it was a really good chapter, really fun. I would even say, again, not even looking at just like how good the story is, just how fun it was. I would say if this was like a fun tier list, like which one had the funnest stories, it would definitely be on the highest tier. But just because it doesn't have like the strongest story, I would just put it really good. Speaking of strong stories, now we are getting to the last chapter of the USA game. So after this, everything else is like JP exclusive for now. So I won't be able to commentate as much on these three. Which is Tunguska, Tunguska, Trom, and then Lostbelt 7. Lostbelt 6, I'll be able to talk about this. Let me go check something real quick. What's going on the live stream? Okay, they're still shooting the shit. So again, this is the live stream that's going on in FGO Fes. All right, so where does Lostbelt 6 go? Because I think ultimately, what this is gonna devolve into is which one's better, Lostbelt 5 as a whole, or Lostbelt 6. I think for me, Lostbelt 6 has the stronger, better written story. In my opinion. I think Lostbelt 5 as a whole was a more epic, I guess, tale. I think Lostbelt 6 is a much better standalone story, whereas Lostbelt 5 had the build-up to it that made it feel like a big deal, like a big climactic chapter. Almost akin to a Solomon, I would even say. Just because all the Lostbelts prior to Lostbelt 5 has been building up to Olympus. But as a standalone, I think Lostbelt 6 blows Lostbelt 5 out of the water. So they're both really good or excellent in different ways. But now where do I put it? Do I put Lostbelt 6 higher than Olympus, or do I put it below Lostbelt 5? I'll see what you guys think. Just put Lostbelt 6 the front of perfectly already. I don't know if it's like, we gotta talk about that. Lostbelt 6 is excellent. No, yeah. I mean, it's excellent no matter what. I just don't know where to put it in in the ranking. Is it better than Lostbelt 5? No, I think I might. Cause I'm so biased with Babylonia, but we gotta be somewhat objective here. I think Solomon, if I take the nostalgia out of it, I think Solomon might even be like below Lostbelt 5. If I take nostalgia, because I just remember this being such a big deal when it first happened in JP. Babylon was perfect, but it had a character we never saw, Ibaraki. That's true. I mean, she was in the ending. That's true. Higher than Olympus, but somehow same as Atlantis. That's fucking weird. How are we gonna do that? Yeah, I feel like Lostbelt 6 definitely, out of all the Lostbelts so far, which is a feat in itself, is probably the most tragic and saddest as a whole. All Lostbelts are sad to an extent, but I think Lostbelt 6 is the most depressing, easily. I would still say Lostbelt 4 for me made me the saddest after I was done reading it, but as a whole, Lostbelt 6 is just depressing as fuck. There's not a single character in there that has like a happy-go-lucky backstory. Everyone has like a fucked up backstory as far as like the important characters go. Okay, so I think everyone will agree that it might, again, story-wise, it's probably better than Olympus. But I do think Olympus is a more epic. It's a much more epic chapter. Like, I remember shitting my pants reading through Olympus and Atlantis. Whereas Lostbelt 6 didn't really have like as crazy epic moments, but the overall storytelling was better, I think. I don't know if anyone has an issue with that. As far as like the compared to Babylonia and Camelot though, I'm so biased with Babylonia, man, but man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm happy with doing this though. I'm happy with doing this. Yeah, it's different kinds of excellent. It's different kinds. Like I said earlier, Lostbelt 6 is a stronger standalone story. But as far as feeling like a climax to everything that we've experienced so far, Olympus is just on a whole nother level. Because Lostbelt 6, you could literally read it by itself and you might not understand certain things, but the overall story you will get. The whole idea of the child of prophecy, her destiny, what she's meant to do, and everything that's been happening for thousands of years with Faye Britain. Like, everything is understandable. You don't have to read the previous Lost Belts to understand what's going on. Whereas with Olympus and Atlantis, you kind of need to know what happened in previous Lost Belts to understand the stakes and how big of a deal Wodaim is, and Zeus, and taking down this tree of emptiness, you know, everything about it. Not to mention the ending where we finally get face to face with the alien god Olga. So who's gonna be the servant tomorrow, by the way, just saying. What do you like about Babylonia MC? Oh gee, I don't know. You know, it had a nice environment, you know. I really like the desert kind of vibes. And the architecture was pretty cool in Babylonia, I guess. That was cool. Like ziggurats, like the pyramids that they had over there called ziggurats. I thought they were a pretty cool take on the pyramids. Granted, they came first, but whatever. You know, that's probably the main things I like about Babylonia. And you know, besides the fact that Gilgamesh is my favorite character of all time, but you know, besides that, I would say, like, you know, everything else is all right. Everything else is pretty good. But yeah. Well, that and Tiamat's just amazing. And literally every other character. But yeah, yeah, I would say that. Again, these are all excellent for different reasons. That's what makes this tier difficult. Because this one's just like pure bias, pure Gilgamesh fanboy in me. This one just written like really well. Same thing with Camelot. I would say Camelot and Avalon LaFay are some of the more serious stories, ironically enough, since they're both, like, you know, heavily like influenced by Arthurian legend and whatnot. Now Olympus and Atlantis are just epic as fuck. Solomon, epic as fuck too. Shamosa is really good. I mean excellent, but you know, it had like really powerful moments. So yeah, Lostbelt 5 had me on the edge, bro. Like, this Lostbelt 5 is a story that you will be eating your popcorn, like, and then like, no way, and all the popcorn will be flying out of your mouth. Whereas Lostbelt 6, I feel like you're like in the comfort of your home, sipping on a nice tea, like, oh, this is such a good story. Like, it's just one of those. It's like different vibes between the two. All right, so next one is Tunguska. So again, these are JP exclusive chapters. So as someone who hasn't read too much on the translations of them, I can't say whether they're good, bad, or whatever. So I'm just gonna go off my gut. I'm gonna go off my gut and say that Tunguska, just because what I do know is that that's like the culmination of Koinskaya's whole thing, and then that's when we finally confront her and defeat her and whatnot. That's like about all I know. It's probably like this, maybe like really good, right? Trom. I think Trom reveals a lot about the story that changes our outlook on the Lost Belts and whatnot. So in terms of twists and whatnot, maybe like right here, maybe. And then Lost Belt 7, maybe like right here. That's what I would say. But it's very possible that Lost Belt 7 also is here, because it does have some pretty powerful. Actually, no, Kamazot's hard carries. Wait a second. What am I talking about? The one thing I do know about Lost Belt 7 that I read up on, because I was like, why is everyone hyped about this guy? Kamazot's hard carries Lost Belt 7. What am I talking about? Let me put it, like, I'm putting it there at least. At least I'm not gonna spoil anything, but my lord, that's not even getting into Kukulkan or like the dinosaurs that we befriend and whatnot. You know, there's a lot that goes into that, but just looking at Kamazot's story, like that deserves to be at least there, at least. So again, without spoiling much, that's where I would put them, just based on the little information I know. So to recap, I mean, you guys can see it, but to recap, Agartha garbage. Everyone agrees. Everyone even said make a new tier for Agartha, which, you know what? Oh wait, what did I just do? Oh, I just, no, I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna add a row below, just because everyone wanted this. Apparently, this is what you guys said is more accurate. We're just gonna put Agartha. Agartha is so bad that it's literally gonna have its own tier all the way in the bottom. So Agartha is just the worst, I guess. Septum is bad. Mid, London. I think London had some pretty good bits of information story-wise. Otherwise, it's kind of forgettable. I think I'll put it here, actually. It's like a high mid, I guess. Orleans is alright. Fuyuki does its job as a prologue, so, you know, it's passable. America, I thought had some pretty good moments. I like Okeanos and the sense of adventure that it has. It just carried over to Atlantis, which is why I really like Atlantis as well. Shinjuku, you know, Moriarty, the whole twist with him, I mean, it was kind of like obvious, but you know, it is what it is. John Alter and Saber Alter having a little back and forth, that was fun to see. You know, it was good. It was good. This one's good. Love Foreigners. This one's good. Love Kama. This one could have been better, but I feel like everything outside the Lostbelt King was all right. I think it felt like the most, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it was the Lostbelt with the least amount of stakes. I think that's another reason why it's the lowest Lostbelt here, because there was not a big sense of urgency. I guess you could argue, well, you know, you were poisoned and Gordolf was poisoned. If you died, the whole Lostbelt thing would never be solved. Like, I guess that is a big deal, but it didn't feel like a big deal, you know? It's like, okay, we're poisoned, let's just heal it, forehead, whatever. As far as the threat the Lostbelt itself posed, it didn't feel that big of a deal. And I know that the big reason why we had to eventually take down Emperor Qin is because he analyzed the border and he was able to remake like shittier versions of it. But the reason why that's a big deal is because he was trying to invade the other Lostbelts, and we didn't want that to happen. We didn't want the other Lostbelts to start a war with each other. So in that sense, it's kind of big stakes, kind of large stakes on the line, but otherwise it's whatever. Are you watching the summer update stream? When it's up, is it starting soon? Yeah, when it's up, you guys will have to let me know. But I am gonna watch the summer related news, which is gonna be announced later, apparently. Which is the only in-game news that's being announced tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Sin had sad consequences. You weren't fighting enemy servants, but actual people. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. Otherwise, I mean, it's all right. Pekora FGO stream is next. Oh, okay. That's the. Is that the summer one? Oh, it's happening now. Wait, is this it? Wait, what? Oh, it's already happening. Good thing. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, good thing I came in. Wait, who's getting one? Please be Oberon. Who's that? That's not Oberon. Who the fuck is this? Oh, the Knights of the Round are getting their outfits. So, oh, wait a second. Wait, okay. If the male Knights of the Round are getting their outfits, what does that mean for the summer girls? Who are they gonna make it match? Are we gonna get the Tamlin also to get outfits? Or like not even outfits, summer versions? Oh shit. Okay, so Tristan, these were outfits that were revealed or designed back for, I want to say 2020 or 2020 summer. It might be 2019 summer. It's the gambling summer, I know that. The one where Musashi was introduced, Summer Musashi. Oh shit. But see, there's no 5-star. Who's the 5-star though? There's usually a 5-star. But they don't usually do 3 4-stars, so maybe that's just it. It's usually 3-star. It's usually 1 5-star, 1 4-star, and 1 3-star. So who's the 5-star mother? Who that though? It would be cool if there's a 5-star, but since there's already 3, probably not. But see, they already had designs, so I kind of want to see like a brand spanking new design for me. There are girl versions happening now though. Say no more, dog. Say no more. Say no more. Okay. It's right when we ended the tier list too. Oh, okay. What's this? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Dick swinging. Dick swinging. Who that? Who that? Chloe? Oh well, I guess it makes sense. Ilya got a summer version a couple years ago. Chloe makes sense. That was inevitable, I guess, to an extent. Oh god. Oh god. Suzuka? Is that Suzuka? That's Suzuka, right? She got the tan just like her Santa version. So instead of a Santa version, we're just getting something. That's Suzuka, right? I'm not high. I hope I'm not mistaken. They're both 4 stars, which makes sense. They didn't look like 5 stars. They didn't strike me as 5 stars. We got 2 tan servants as our summer servants, which makes sense. Damn, Suzuka, I'm not gonna lie. Suzuka looking like more than a snack, bro. Looking more like a snack. And again, these are the 4 stars. I assume neither one of them are the free 4-star. So take that, arcade. You could have Santa Suzuka. We got summer Suzuka. So like, what's up? What's up, dog? Unless one of her ascensions is a Santa version, which would be a pretty cool touch. All right. So again, these are the 4 stars. I don't know if they're gonna reveal the 5-star, but they're okay. I'm all right with it. I'm not like fiending for either one of them. It's usually the 5-star that's gonna fuck me. I already know. But I'm just saying the 2 4-stars are tanned. Is the 5-star also tanned? Tanderishigo? Tander? I don't know. That'd be cool. That'd be cool though. Who's a 5-star tan servant that we could get? Okay, wait. He did that. Oh gosh. Who's this? Who that though? Wait, who that? Oh, Takeuchi. Wait, Castoria. That's Castoria, right? Who's the bird? Oh, she's doing that thing that she did to Cornudos, right? It's almost the exact same animation too. When she got on the throne in Lostbelt 6. Wow. Whoa. Okay. So she's obviously an offensive servant. She's an SSR. She has a whale, which people are gonna wail for, and a bird. Oh shit. By the way, because I think 2 months ago people were like, "Oh, the leaks for summer and anniversary are out." Are the leaks right so far? Wait, if Castoria is getting a summer, because we know there's gonna be at least one other SSR. There's only one other. They have to match it. The other banner has to match it. There has to be a Summer Morgan. There has to be. There has to be a Summer Morgan, right? I mean, they're not gonna reveal it now, right? Because they didn't reveal all the 5-stars and all the 4-stars last year. Oh fuck. Fuck me sideways, bro. Fuck me sideways. Because I mean, when they showed the roundtable knights getting their summer costumes, I was like, oh, the summer females have to match them in some form or fashion. So summer Castoria makes sense. But now I'm hoping for like Summer Morgan or something. Yeah, I guess we can't call her Castoria anymore unless she's still a caster. Is she still a caster? That's gonna be interesting because we can't call her Castoria anymore if she's not a caster. Technically, right? That's insane. Dude, it has to be Summer Morgan. She is a caster. Okay, so she's still Castoria. That's funny. That's hilarious. I wonder what's the story with the bird and the whale. If that's like a reference to something in Lostbelt 6 that I'm not putting together for some reason. Yeah, she's doing the same attack that she did to Cornunos. That's wild. That is crazy. We need that Summer Morgan though. What the hell? She has an offensive NP. So there's a chance she's not a support, but her skills might be... What if she's like the quick savior that we need? She's like, you know what? I saved arts. I'm gonna save the quicks now. That'd be insane. Oh my god. Who's gonna be the anniversary servant now? The anniversary servant's gonna have me sweating. Because I'll say this. If the anniversary servant isn't Olga, Aoko, or somebody from Strange Fake, which that one is the most I doubt, but like it's possible Richard might be anniversary, who knows, then I probably won't even like roll that hard for whoever the anniversary servant is. Triple caster team, all Castoria. Oh my god. Yo, they're doing what they did with Scotty, right? Because Scotty, they gave her an offensive AoE NP for quicks. That way she meshes well with normal Scotty, and you could triple Scotty. Now they're doing the same fucking thing with Castoria. Now you could team her up with herself and make a triple Castoria team. Oh, what if she has like the same skills as Castoria? Kind of like what they did with Summer Scotty, where her skills are essentially somewhat the same as normal Scotty, albeit somewhat better in terms of looping. What if this Castoria, what if Summer Castoria has similar skills to normal Castoria, but maybe a little bit better? That would be insane if they do that. Not that that would replace normal Castoria, because what makes normal Castoria really good, aside from her skills, is her NP is absolutely broken. So no matter what, she's irreplaceable, because it's clear that this Castoria has an offensive Noble Phantasm. That is wild. If Morgan is second Summer Banner, I'm gonna have to figure out what to roll. Yeah, no, I'm with you there, bro. I am with you there, bro. Because it just makes sense. You got the Round Table Knights with their summer outfits. You have Castoria as the 5-star Part 1 banner. You know, Morgan's gonna be like, no, Child Prophecy. No, no, no. You're not gonna take this glory away from me. You're not gonna take this glory away from me, Child of Prophecy. Like, I could just see her wanting to one-up Castoria, and they might have like a fun rivalry throughout the event, because as an event, it's not gonna be that serious. So I could see that happening. But if they do a third 5-star, which I hope to God they don't fucking do, I'm still hoping that they throw in Oberon in there. Because usually we get an outfit for a 5-star. And if the 4-star Knights of the Round, Tristan, Gwen, and Lancelot have a rate up, there needs to be a 5-star with them, a 5-star male to be with them. And who better than Oberon? But why have Oberon have a rate up for this summer if he's not gonna have a summer outfit? So he needs to have a summer outfit. It's oh, that would be crazy. What if that's not Castoria? What if that's Morgan before she became Morgan? And then when you ascend her, she becomes Morgan. I didn't even think about that, Luis. I didn't even think about that. No, we think it's Castoria, but what if it's not? What if it's just a joke? You never know, dog. You never know. It might say Castoria, it might say Altria, but is it though? We never know until we get her. That would be the biggest twist. I would literally walk away and like move out of the country. No, it's Castoria. Her NP turns her into third. That's true. That's true. Damn it, Hunter, you ruined my fun. That would have been cool though. That would have been cool. That would have been cool though. Let's stop with that copium. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's just fun to speculate. That would have been funny though. That would have been funny. She did that thing Castoria did to Fluffy Boy, so it could be weird. Well, the thing is, the spell was designed for Morgan. She even says it within the story. Oh my lord. I would have shit myself. Ooh, a Morgan welfare instead of making it, that would be sick. Because we still don't know who the welfare is, who the free servant is. What the fuck? I wish they dropped Summer 2 banner, but of course we gotta wait for that stream. Yeah, we gotta wait, bro. We gotta get through anniversary tomorrow, roll in that banner for whoever the fuck, sweat for at least 2 weeks before they start talking about the rest of the summer servants, and then release the trailer, and then we're all shitting ourselves. Second Ascension could be Morgan. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility to like sort of combine the two. Maybe something in the story happens where they combine in the summer story. Because summer events tend to be crazy. They tend to be like out there, outlandish and weird. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the two somehow fuse, because they're both child of prophecies. They're both fairies from Avalon, from the inner sea. So they could technically be treated as the same person. So they could be a little bit loosey-goosey with the summer event, with the whole lore. All I know is that if Morgan Summer is banner 2, I need to NP5 unless she's an assist type. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That's crazy though. Yeah, Ascension 1 ask. Then Morgan, then Castoria. Then the third Ascension could be like both of them. It could be both of them together doing like a sexy pose or something. I don't know. Something. It's a summer outfit. You know, summer is weird as fuck, Hunter. It's weird every year. So is that it for the news? Damn. That's wild. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very curious what the rest of the banners look like. I'm curious if we're gonna get a 5-star male servant to get a costume as well. Because 3 4-stars is interesting, because usually it's like 1 5-star, 1 4-star, 1 3-star. So having it all 3 of them be 4 stars implies that they probably plan on not releasing more outfits for males, but at the same time, usually the male servants that get costumes get a rate up. So if those servants get a rate up, you need to have them have a male 5-star with them. That's usually what they do. But again, they're already changing shit up, so like they don't necessarily have to follow that pattern. They could just throw in Castoria into their banner as well. I don't know. The other servants should be revealed tomorrow. No, not necessarily. Just tomorrow is going to be anniversary. The rest of the summer servants won't be revealed for another couple weeks. Probably not until all the anniversary stuff is done and over with. God damn, bro. Yeah, Morgan welfare would be pretty Chad move of them to do. Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to this year's summer. I'm not gonna lie. Mid-August will be summer too. Okay, yeah. So like in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ish. As expected, because the anniversary should last from tomorrow for 2 weeks. So almost right after anniversary, we'll be going straight to summer. When the campaigns are over, I mean. Would Morgan welfare be AoE or single target? They could do whatever. I mean, they just made Castoria an AoE, which makes sense, I guess. She's using the same attack she did against. It's so weird that like we just had Lostbelt 6 in NA, and I was able to read it officially for the first time. So a lot of these things are fresh in my mind. So when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's fucking crazy. So, damn. They planned that shit for sure. They were like, hey, when Lostbelt 6 drops right after in NA, we're just letting you know. There's also going to be a Summer Castoria over in JP. We're just letting you know. Like, they knew what they were doing. They planned that shit out. I'm just wondering if we're ever going to get the quick savior that everyone wants. They said that the summer event is sometime mid-August, so they will do a stream and probably a drop Summer 2 banner. Yeah, probably. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, last year we got summer really late into the year. So, I'm not surprised that it's going to be at like mid-August, if not even later. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's later. If they delay it or something. That's fucking crazy. Alright, so I think the news should be done as far as summer stuff, right? Like there's no more news. Do we know what classes the new summer servants are? Well, I'm pretty sure everyone said that Castoria is still a caster. I don't know what Kuro and Suzuka is. Yeah, it was damn near September. If not actually September last year. It was insane. But yeah, the only one I know for sure is Castoria is a caster. I don't know about Kuro and Suzuka. All right, well, the timing was perfect too because we just ended. We just finished our tier list for the chapters. So, last minute changes. Is there anything I should change with the tier list before I'm pretty much done? Because I don't think I'm gonna watch any more of the stream or any more the because they're not gonna announce anything else. I might just rest and just save my energy for tomorrow because I know tomorrow's gonna rip my asshole a new one. But is there any like last minute changes we should do to the tier list before we're officially done with ranking the chapters? I mean, this is definitely a bias, so I understand some people may not even think Babylonia should be the best of the best, but hey, I'm just saying this is the only thing that I'm not gonna move just because I'm biased as fuck. Pray for your hole then. I might have to, bro. All right, good night, Epiphany. See you later, dog. The only thing I'm kind of iffy about. No, I mean I feel like this is a pretty good list. You could probably flip things around in like the excellent shit depending on your taste. But I think this is where they are tier wise. I think makes sense. Within the tiers, I think that's when people might debate a little bit with the placement. Maybe some people might even put Shimosa down here. I don't know. I haven't read too much about Lostbelt 7, but Kamazat's just hard carries Lostbelt 7 in my eyes. But yeah, I think this is where I would put everything. So I think that's pretty much it for this stream. Again, I don't think they're gonna announce anything else for in-game news. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Tomorrow's rolling session is gonna be nuts. I got 90 plus or 900. I assume you have 900 because last time I checked, you were like at 700. That was like a month and a half ago or so. But yeah, Brandon, I wish you luck. Depending on who comes out, hopefully it's gonna be nobody too crazy for you because, you know, from what it looks like Summer Morgan might be a thing. And you said you want an NP5er, so hopefully you don't have to break bank. That's first and foremost. And second of all, hopefully it's nobody too crazy that you want. That way you could just go straight for summer. But I guess we'll see. As far as my quartz goes, I already bought my quartz for the for guaranteed. So I have damn near 800 quartz, and then 33 tickets. And then with the anniversary stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it to like 900. Who knows? Maybe even 1,000 quartz, but definitely a good amount of tickets. So we're gonna be in a pretty good spot, rolling wise, because I'm gonna have enough to get to pity if push comes to shove. But obviously, with the revelation of some of the summer servants, I might have to hold back a little bit. Although, again, if it's like Olga or Alco, I might go all out. But it depends. This past couple months, this whole year, pretty much, starting with Kotomina Kide, has been pretty good. S tier luck so far. NP5 Kide, NP6 Tiamat. Those were my biggest goals of this year for JP. Everyone else, whatever. So hopefully my luck streak keeps going, because so far nobody has gotten me to the point where like I was like at 0 quartz or I needed a whale or anything. By the way, this is mostly free quartz. I just want to point that out because some people are like, hey, wait, are you free to play, especially if you're like new? I'm free to play for the most part. I just do like the paid banners mainly, so that's why there's paid quartz there, but otherwise we're straight. Anniversary should be tomorrow. All the news should be tomorrow as far as like who the anniversary servant is, quality of life changes, if there is any quality of life changes or updates. Maybe like new ways to get quartz, which I mean, yeah, they're gonna put a new system so we could get a shit ton of quartz. I wonder what that's gonna be. Maybe strengthening quests, which I'm hoping for, like rank ups would be great. Animation updates for sure. I want that. And you know what? I don't see too many people talking about this, but because we mainly focused on the 5-star, but last year we got 5-star Arcuid with 3-star Shufu. So I'm kind of hoping we might get a new 3-star, maybe a new 4-star to go with the anniversary servant, kind of like what they did last year. Because I do think we need more lower rarity characters, because why not? So maybe throw in Agravain in there. I don't know. Fucking Woodrose, Aurora would be funny as fuck. I don't know. Just throw in some kind of new low rarity character. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. So I'm gonna stream around the same time, around 9 p.m. I'm gonna head off now, since if they're not gonna talk about any new in-game news, then like it is what it is. Let's see what's the stream going on right now. It's our ambassador Pekora, so I guess you guys could check out her stream if you so desire, but I'm gonna be leaving now. See you guys tomorrow, and good luck in your rolls tomorrow if you're gonna decide to roll. And tomorrow, I don't know what activities we could do tomorrow, because today we did the whole Lostbelt tier list. So maybe we could do another tier list of some kind, but we'll see. We'll throw out some ideas out here tomorrow. But yeah, I'll stream around 9 p.m. PST. I already have the stream up as far as it being scheduled, so just keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'll be streaming my rolls and everything. And sick nasty flex. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. See ya. Good luck and have fun, by the way, everyone who's actually at the Brandon, especially you, because you're gonna be going there tomorrow. So yeah, bye bye.